Hello, everyone. Welcome to another free Friday Tidbit, even though this is Saturday. Forgive me, I was not feeling well yesterday. All right, so the month of March. We're on to a new topic with the Neurobehavioral Tidbits. This month, we're going to focus on language and communication and some of the struggles in that area with that brain task category that those of us who have neurodivergence, whether it's from alcohol or drug exposure or trauma, whatever the cause of neurodiversity may be, many of us struggle in the area of language and communication. And this week, we're going to talk about the difference between our verbal expressive skills and our receptive or comprehension skills. And this is a difference that brings about tremendous confusion because so oftentimes our expressive skills far outshine our ability to understand what is being spoken to us or asked of us. So that you can appreciate this from a lived perspective, I want to read you a story. So pay attention because I'm going to be asking you 4 questions at the end. All right. And you need to be able to answer them. All right. So pay attention. Here we go. Last Ratchler, Woozy and Klopfer were in the Denger, flubberding Lency Gwips and quishing palsy nebs. Suddenly, a Lyran's Leflin qualtzed into Woozy's milsk. Klopfer narded and narded. "Oh, Woozy," he gillied, "that Lyran's Zlepfin is clindening in your nebs." Okay, you got that? You know, if you're like most people, you were trying to convert that story into English or into whatever your first language was, your dominant language, right? So here comes the quiz. Question number 1. When did this happen? Right? Now, in order to answer this question, you are going to fall back on your knowledge of English language structure, right? And you're going to go back to the story and come up with the answer that it happened last Ratchler. All right, second question. Who are the characters in the story? Again, you're going to fall back to your knowledge of structure of our language, right? And by doing that, we come up with the answer that the 2 characters in the story are Woozy and Klopfer. Okay. Question number 3. What happened to Woozy's milsk? Right? Again, going back to your knowledge of the language structure, you're going to be able to come up with the answer, which is that a Lyran Zlepfin qualtzed into it. Right? What did Klopfer do? He narded and narded. Okay. So if you were paying attention, you were all able to answer those questions based on your understanding of language, right? But did you understand the story? If I were to ask you what happened next, could any of you answer that? No. How often do we assume that our children understand the directions that we gave them simply because they can answer questions about those directions, or they can repeat what it was that we said? But for them, they might as well be Woozy, right? Or Zeppelin, right? Just because they can answer questions does not mean that they understand how to carry out what you've asked them to do, or how to tell you what comes next. So think about that. Next Friday, we will delve into another Free Friday tidbit in the area of language and communication. I hope that you have a really wonderful rest of your weekend and a fantastic week, and I'll see you next Friday.